There's news after the game from Gina Mizell, who's up in Boston covering the game. Said that Nick Nurse acknowledged there is concern about De'Anthony Melton's back, which the coach described as the same issue that has kept Melton out for more than a month. So if we're going to stay on the negative front for a moment before we get to, I think there was a lot of positive in this game, which we will talk about at some point.
This is a sort of wild game where I almost came away feeling more confident in the team, but more frustrated almost entirely because of one or two individuals.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So the Melton piece is important, right? Because something that we cautioned against as we said, hey, they're going to get guys back healthy. De'Anthony's almost back. He's a big piece of the rotation, all that. Back injuries are super tricky. They delayed his return about as long as they could.
Yeah.
And have now only got, what'd they get?
Two games.
Two and a half.
Yeah.
2.5 games out of him before he had to be pulled entirely. And it's connected to that same issue.
Did you even see any play that looked like it caused it?
I personally did not. I would have to go back and see
if anybody
what
in
the
the chat
timing
noticed
was.
drop it in there, because I honestly did not see what it would have been.
So for Melton, I would say it's safe to say now he's going to be a question mark for the rest of the season.
Correct.
Like there is no point, even if he comes back in sometime in March, whenever it might be, and he gets a couple weeks in a row of, okay, he's playing consistent basketball. There's just no faith I have that he's going to be able to string time together and stay healthy when it matters. Like he had a back issue all of last year, and even if the team is saying this one's different, well, now he's missed a month and a half, a month and a week, whatever it is of time, and is going to miss more time. He's in a bad spot, dude, and he is a really very underrated connective piece for this team where defensively he can tie some things together. He's one of their better shooters. You can use him as a movement guy, as a pull-up guy, as a secondary ball handler. So to lose him is a huge deal. If he is not right the rest of this year, I'm not saying that fundamentally changes their playoff ceiling or anything like that, but it's a difference maker. He's a very good player when he's at his best. Saw it over the weekend. He was one of the few guys who actually played well against Milwaukee. If they had gotten that guy tonight, they might have been able to win that game and sit Tobias on the bench because De'Anthony's just rolling. So I don't know. I'm in panic mode over him right now. I don't know if you guys are there yet.
The back thing can flare up at any time, just like we just saw it.
The chat is saying that he landed on his back. I missed that play.
Okay.
We were here at the bar. I guess I missed it.
Yeah, so again, the back thing can flare up at any time, like it did last season for him to miss so many games, for it to happen so this season, and now after only 2.5 games here, flaring up. This is going to be the rest of his season. This is how he's going to have to operate. This is how they're going to have to operate. So now, after seeing Campaign play the way that he did tonight, and playing overall since he has been in the Sixers uniform, Kyle Lowry being back as well, now they're even more important because you cannot count on him to just be available.
Yeah.
And that's where that's going to come into play. Maybe even the Ricky minutes and the KJ Martin minutes when he comes back, those are going to be important because of De'Anthony Melton being out. But you saw it in those 2.5 games of what he can do that's a positive for this basketball team. And now that this is going to be a day-by-day, game-by-game thing, this is going to be a problem for them.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when people would ask us, like, hey, are you concerned about it? Of course I'm concerned about it. It's a back.
It's a back.
Like, weird things happen. You can't, he can be fine one day, just stand up or land incorrectly or twist or any number of things. And next thing you know, you have no confidence he's going to be here long term. That is a huge loss. If it is a loss, who knows what it means. But if it is a loss, it would be huge. Let me phrase it that way. His shooting, his defense, I thought he was playing real good defensively. And just getting forcing a turnover and getting them out in a break is so important for this team to try to steal a win. That would be big.
We all silly like the mayor.